What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about KTA, Keeta today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Here we are at about 18 cents. I did buy back in, man. Yes, I did. I had to FOMO back in at that 19-cent area. Um, we had a lot of volume coming in on the 4-hour time frame, moving up with a purpose. Where I expected that we'd find resistance and go lower, man. I looked at the price and I'm like, oh damn, we might be moving up here, so I'm gonna buy. Um, even if even if Bitcoin moves down, we've seen it before where KTA does move up still. So I'm in it now, man. I'm fully prepared with my recent purchase for the price to go down and inevitably go to the target areas that I was looking for. And at that rate, I will just double down, triple down, whatever I have to down, right? If we see prices that are above this, I'll probably add on a little bit more just as like a breakout trade in itself, short-term position, but it's all short-term at the end of the day. We've been playing with this, so hopefully regardless of what happens, whether it's upside from here, downside from here, we'll get an opportunity in a very short amount of time to sell to the upside. Um, and I do believe this thing is going to make some moves, make some strides higher. I think this next move will be pretty big. Actually, I'm thinking that we will go above 30 cents, but we'll see. We're at 17.6 cents now. From a high to a low, the expected area to consider would be something between about 30 cents to 61 cents. So anything and everything in between. I'll let you guys know what I think. If this is the low, and I don't know if it is, I'm not convinced yet, but if it is the low, um, then likely we would see something. If we were to go to 30 cents, I would think that likely we actually see something that's at, hold on, sorry, 31 cents to 45 cents. Probably not all the way up at 61 cents, but I do accept 61 cents as a possibility. It does come in line very well with the 2272 here, and oftentimes you even go just above that. It's very rare that you find resistance right at the 2272, but if anybody out there's like 61 cents, it's at 17 cents now. You're crazy, man. Yeah, it's got a low market cap. This thing can move up pretty fast if it wants to. There seems to be more attention on it day by day. Let's see what's KTA doing. Is it on any other exchanges? Nope, just on Poloniex, and that's okay. Um, if you want to invest in this thing, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you want to invest, read the white paper, check out their website, look and figure out what they're about. You're not going to find that here. This is just a technical channel, but if you want to look it up, and my goodness, I'm getting blinded here. Um, if you want to look it up, I definitely would recommend doing that before you invest in it, right? If we're looking at this on a 4-hour basis here, 4-hour basis, come on now. Deck screener's a little bit glitchy sometimes. Decent volume on the way up. RSI did not get overbought. That does concern me a little bit. It makes me think that we could go down, and I think that we might. We do have lower highs after all. This high came in a little bit higher than what this trend line was, but it still is a lower high. If we get below the 50 on the 4-hour RSI, it's not the end of the world, but it would start to incriminate the downside a little bit. I would think that we do go down here, find some support down in that area. With a movement like that on the RSI, I would expect that we at least would return back down to these lows here, or at least something that's below this low, if not even likely lower than this low. It's completely possible, and it's a very valid thought, I think, to see prices below 10 cents. And at that point, if and when we're below 10 cents, I'm going to lay the hammer down on this thing, man. If we happen to get below 10 cents, time will tell. I am expecting that kind of at the moment, but I did buy yesterday just in case, right? Because I would rather buy and hold through some downside effects. Yes, even a 50% downside. I mean, I really don't have a lot of money in this, you guys, right? Like compared to my overall portfolio, it's a very insignificant amount, right? But whenever, if we do get below 10 cents, I will put altogether what would likely be a significant amount of money in, right? So, or not even, I mean, it's not significant in terms of my portfolio, but still more significant than it is now. I would double down and probably even a little bit more than what I have right now. Um, and even then, it would be like, let's see, what would that be? Uh, I mean, that'd be like 5%. I guess that is significant on the portfolio. Yeah, that'd be somewhat significant, honestly. Um, but anyways, enough about me. Let's talk about you. Looking at this from a high here to a low there. 786, 886 area coming up right through the golden ratio, coming up and finding resistance here. I did think that you could reject down to the 236, but with the way that we acted on this 4-hour candle, it made me a little bit bullish. I thought that we definitely would be moving up by this point in the day, but the fact that we've stalled out a little bit and we haven't gotten that immediate continuation tells me, yeah, we might come down lower. Oftentimes with the 786, you do expect to go to the 236, but also this stalling out kind of negates that a little bit as well. So it's possible that we could find support at the golden ratio, support at the 382, somewhere in between, a higher low nonetheless. Something like that would definitely be encouraging. And it would not allow me to buy below 10 cents, so I might be forced to buy at higher prices, and that's fine if I have to. But whatever. I'll let you guys know whenever I buy. I'll let you know whenever I sell. I do that on YouTube. I do that on X.com. If you follow me on X.com, I make that, I'll make those posts even if even if I'm like in bed or something. Chris Harris 85, that's me at Chris Harris 85. Yes, C-Zar the Great. If we're looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour RSI did have a bit of a double top. We did have a lot of volume come in on that 4 hour period, but it looks like it was actually some selling pressure continuing to climb with a little bit of decay in the volume there. That's not necessarily a good look, and I would think that we do move down. How low do we go? It's unclear. I'm thinking we go below 10 cents, but it is very possible, you guys, that we hold a higher low. So if you don't get below 13.5 cents, I would say that we are in fact moving higher. That's an area to watch. Any support at any areas higher than that, that's an area to watch. If we get a day to close above 20 cents, let's say 21 cents, you get a day to close above 21 cents, all the lower side targets are off the table. We're looking for new all-time highs rather immediately, and that's just kind of the way of the game right there. So I don't know if I have anything else that I want to say. 15-minute time frame gives me bearish vibes. 1 hour time frame gives me bearish vibes. The 4 hour gives me some hope, and the daily is not the worst at all right now. You got overbought, and now you're not. You overbought, bounced off your 60, and looking like you want to get overbought again. That's actually a really good look. But how does today close? How does tomorrow close? We need to take these things into consideration. So we need a little bit more confirmation, a little bit of waiting time before we get too excited. I might have gotten a little bit excited yesterday. I did use the words FOMO. I did FOMO back in. How can you not, man? Regardless of whatever the downside brings, the upside is going to be a lot more. It's going to be a whole degree higher, even if it goes lower than that, right? Even if we see twice that downside, the upside is a lot. And we'll see how it goes. I've got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. If you're wondering what I mean by the upside has a lot, we're at $71 million in market cap valuation now. If we were to see a 100x, that's a $7 billion market cap. And for a layer one blockchain, if it gains traction, if it gains popularity, it's not listed on any exchanges other than Poloniex, but it's not listed on any significant exchanges. These are all kind of ingredients to a perfect whirlwind of dramatic increase. The coins that see a multi-100x in any bull cycle, they start off at market caps like this. So absolutely, this thing has 100x potential or more. It absolutely does. And the only time that you really see coins like that or participate in coins like that, the only ways that you can really see 100x's are if you get into a coin before everybody else gets into it. And if it's not on an exchange, it's not necessarily available for everybody else to get into. Though anybody can use DEXs, but not everybody does. So anyways, community sentiment seems to be high. That's nice, right? I'm sure community sentiment is high on a day where it's up 11%. That's not, and after a day that moved up 14% too. But I've got nothing else for you guys. I'm droning on at this point. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Regardless if we go up, regardless if we go down, inevitably KTA will see new all-time highs, and it will likely be worth multiple dollars by the end of this cycle. Probably even like tens of dollars by the end of the cycle. But we'll see. All right, take care. Bye bye.